Hello, Year 4. It's Mr. Bose here with Science on Friday. That'll be Friday the 22nd of January 2021. And before we jump into the lesson, I wanted to remind you of some of the principles we have about science. First of all is how we can have good conversations. Because remember, scientists are only right if they can prove they're right. So explaining what you think and what you know is really important. So here I've just got an image of our conversational starters that we use when we're talking about science, and hopefully there is an adult or another child around that you can chat to today, because that's going to be really useful for your learning today. So if there's somebody around who can have a conversation with you to talk about things, then go and get them now. Pause the video and go and get them now. Okay, so I've got 3 different types of batteries, and they are not the same. They are quite different, and I want you to have a chat about which one is perhaps the odd one out. 3 types of batteries, which one is odd one out? We've done this before in class. Pick one of the 3 pictures and explain why you think it is the odd one out. And then your partner, whoever else is there with you, has to respond. If you haven't got a partner, just note down. You can note down which one you think is the odd one out. So for example, if I label these, I could say that this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. Okay, pause the video and have a go now. Okay, well done. So what you might have said is that the battery on the left, number 1, is the odd one out because it's very small. It can only go in a small device. It might be used in a remote control. It might be used in a hearing aid, something very tiny, or a tiny little torch. You might have said that battery 2 is the odd one out because it is square. Oh, there's the telephone. I'll jump back in a second. There we go, just back from that telephone call from Ms. D'Souza. So let's get back to our batteries. We've got 1, 2, and 3. 3 is probably one that you recognize. It's quite familiar, so you can think of different things that you would use 3 in. 3 is the only one that is a cylinder shape. So you might say that 3 is a cylinder shape. You might say that number 2 is the odd one out because it is it's like a square, it's like a big block, whereas both 3 and 1 have circles on the end. So you can use different things to describe what is similar and what is different about them. Number 2, if you haven't worked it out, it's quite unusual. It's a very big battery, and you would find it in a car or a van, maybe a bus, and that helps the engine to start. So number 2 is typically a 12-volt battery, so it's got 12 volts. Number 3, those batteries are 1.5 volts. And I'm not sure what number 1 is. Perhaps that's something you'd like to find out. They call those button batteries. They come in all sorts of different sizes. Button batteries. Okay. Well done, guys. Have a little chat further if you want to about those. So this, I hope is big enough for you to read. Depends on the size of your screen that you're using today. It's called a concept cartoon. Concept cartoon. We all know what a cartoon is. It's a drawing of some sort with some animation of some sort. A concept, that might be a new word. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it means an idea. If you've got an idea, you might say that it is a concept. So these 3 children all have ideas. And again, I could just label them from left to right. This is child 1, this is child 2, this is child 3. Here you want to think about your conversational starters again. Hopefully there's an adult or a child or somebody else around. If not, you could just have a pet perhaps, and talk to them about who you think is right and who you think is wrong. Or maybe they're all right, maybe they're all wrong. Maybe the 2 of them are right. Maybe one of them is partially right. They're a little bit right, but they've made one mistake. So let's read. The first chap says, the switch turns the lamp on and off. The second child says, the switch needs to be on the other side of the lamp to turn it on and off. And the last person over on this side says the switch can be anywhere in the circuit to turn the lamp on and off. So in this circuit, you've got a battery, you've got a switch, and you've got a light bulb, and they have different ideas about how the bulb will be turned on and off, whether the switch is going to work or not. So you need to discuss using your conversational starters who you think is right and why. And it could be more than one person who's right. So pause the video now and have a chat. Okay, so we have the boy is actually right. The first boy, the switch turns the lamp on and off. The girl in this case is incorrect. A circuit breaker or a switch doesn't matter where it goes in the circuit, could be anywhere in the circuit, could be over here, could be over here. It doesn't matter where it is, it will work wherever it is in the circuit. Okay, so this guy is also correct. Okay, so we've actually got two people who are correct, and we need to be able to explain why. Well done, guys, and I will see you next time.